Most people think the dual wield is just holding a heavy attack into turning slash. But this can be a good and easy way to play because it does a lot of damage. Good players will min-max their combos to deal even more damage. Unfortunately, dual wield has the least amount of attacks and combos that can be turned into a stylish sequence out of all of the weapons. So in this video, I will show you a few most effective and optimized combos that I was using to beat all 75 bosses, and few stylish combos that, while they look really cool, aren't very practical and won't work on bosses, just normal mobs. What do I mean by effective combos? Those are the combos that utilize attacks and skills which activate the specific Abyss gear. In my previous video, I have made a build and showcase all of the Abyss gear I am using, so I will just quickly go over them. I am using Abyssal Rays for light attack, Piercing Bloom for stab, Shadow Claw for heavy attack, and Grey Soul Howling for turning slash with Flame Elemental Imbue. So these are the 4 skills and attacks we want to combo the most. I have also completely changed my entire keybinds, which you can also find in my last video, while also playing on mouse and keyboard, so I will use skill names and then you can figure out which button presses to use based on your configuration. Let's start with the basics. This is a light attack string, 1, 2 and then 3 and 4 activate Abyssal Rays, which is very important. This is a heavy attack string, 1, 2, 3 and all 3 strikes activate the Shadow Claw. You can mix and match them. For example, 1, 2 heavy goes into 3, 4 light. And now you activate both Abyss gears in one string. Or you can also go 1, 2, 3 light into 2, 3 heavy. Stab is your bread and butter when it comes to extending combos, juggling and interrupting attacks. So you will always want to use a stab full charge without animation. The 2 most consistent ways are after hitting the enemy with light attack or after double tapping dodge roll key. I recommend that you rebind stab and dodge roll skills onto 2 keys that are easy and comfortable to press, because without those 2 skills you won't be able to chain any combos together. Turning slash is used to deal massive amounts of damage with elemental imbue, but can also be used to start the combo as well. More on that later. This is the combo: 1, 2 heavy into 3 light, into swift stab that passes through the boss, into elemental turning slash. There are 3 reasons why it is so simple and basic. First, it activates every single Abyss gear, meaning it deals the most amount of damage. Second, against most of the bosses, this is exactly the amount of time you have to combo a boss before it starts doing its own attacks and mechanics. And third, you will build up a full stagger bar after 2-3 combos like that. It is preferred that you start this sequence when perfect parrying the boss. As you can see in this clip against Bellot, I perfect parried his normal attack, did the combo, and as turning slash is hitting, Bellot is already using the teleport skill. Spamming buttons won't work against harder bosses. You always need to play defense first. After you build up a stagger bar and the boss is staggered, then you will want to use this animation cancelling combo. Heavy 1, 2 into light, into heavy, into light, into heavy, and so on, until you either get close to running out of stamina or the boss starts standing up. Then on the last light attack you will do the swift stab that passes through the boss to interrupt it, and then elemental turning slash, which will almost fill up the stagger bar by half. You don't want to use the finisher because the animation is slow and it doesn't deal a lot of damage. This animation cancelling combo works better than just spamming heavy attacks, as you can actually use less stamina for the same amount of damage. You can see in this clip against the Forgotten General how I was using this combo to deal a lot of damage while building up a stagger bar as soon as the boss stood up. And here is a clip of 100 to 0 against Caliburn where I combined both of these combos, while having weaker gear, not best in slot Abyss gear, and using weaker lightning imbue. And honestly, this is all you need to defeat every single boss, while it also works on packs of normal enemies. This is a very simple and very basic combo, so if you want to be the most effective and deal the most amount of damage, you don't need to complicate your life with technically difficult combos, as most of them won't even work against bosses due to their size. But if you want to do stylish combos that look really cool, this section is for you. Unfortunately, dual wield, as mentioned before, has very limited ways to do cool combos compared to other weapons and is probably the worst weapon combination for flashy sequences. I will demonstrate several combos on the training dummy as I have cleared every single enemy camp, and there are literally no enemies anywhere on the map that I can find to record some of the combos in action. The first thing I would recommend you to do is remove all the abyss gears and change to lower refinement level weapons. Otherwise your combos and juggles won't work and you will likely kill every normal enemy in like 2 to 3 hits, so you won't be able to chain any attacks. There are 3 launchers that I like to use, which are normal grab and throw, turning slash, and flame strike. All 3 can be used to start the combo or as an extension to keep juggling enemies in the air. With throw you can do something like this. Throw into double tap dodge roll forward, which will give you insta swift stab, into light attack to keep the enemy in the air, into another swift stab, and you can pretty much loop this for as long as you have stamina. Or after a second swift stab you can finish off with light attack, into 1-2 heavy attack, into turning slash finisher. You can extend this combo even further, but the arena is too small, so I will show you a few extensions you can combine. When you do the first part of throw combo, instead of second swift stab, you will go into skewering stab, which will drop enemy on the floor. Then go into flame strike to get the enemy airborne again, double tap forward light attack into full heavy attack string, into turning slash, into double tap forward swift stab, which will put the enemy airborne again, and you are literally at the start of the combo. The best part is that you can combine these 4 extensions in any way or order you want. Spinning slash is good for starting combos as well, as it instantly puts you in the final attack in the light string, which you can then go into insta skewering stab to drop the enemy on the ground, and then do one of the extensions to get the enemy airborne for a few juggles. Another good combo launcher is flame elemental turning slash, which will put the enemy more airborne than the normal turning slash. If you vault and press spacebar, your character jumps into the air, and from there you can go into turning slash, which can also be a good combo starter. If you hold the block and then full sprint at the enemy, you will have a fake shield bash, which on the second hit will keep knocking enemies airborne. When using vault, you can do another cool combo using winch and ambush skills. Special thanks to Style over Meta who found this combo. To do this combo you will need Vault, Winch and Ambush skills unlocked. Run at the enemy, use Vault and Unarmed Attack to perform the kick that will push the enemy away, then in a specific timing use Axiom Force plus Ambush to teleport at the enemy. Optionally, you can also not use Ambush and pull the enemy towards you to do the slam. Also big thanks to Door Knocker, whose combo videos have been an inspiration for me to experiment and try something cool. He's got combo guides for every single weapon. I will leave a link to both of their channels in the description, so please go give them some support. But honestly, that's pretty much it for the stylish combos. You can't really juggle enemies as easily and hold them in the air as long as other weapons due to very limited hidden attacks that don't really interact with enemies properly. That's why dual wield excels at fast attacks on the ground that can be comboed with one another. Using different combinations of light plus heavy plus turning slash into swift stab combinations is the bread and butter of dual wield. So don't be discouraged if combos don't look as flashy. These flashy combos are not very effective against bosses, and they are very situational against normal enemies. In any case, I honestly hope you have learned something new, and if there are any potential good combos you might have discovered, please let me know, I'd love to try them. I haven't spent that much time trying to figure out flashy combos, so I'm eager to learn new ones. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.